Hola, mi amors. So now we're going to start the basic laws of life. And the first universal law is as above, so below. In my notebook, it says the law of attraction, but it does break down. The first law of the universe is as above, so below. Peace within leads to peace in your life. So I'll cover this when I get to the law of attraction. And that is still under the basic law of life. It's just, this book breaks it down a little bit in more detail. So, as above, so below. This is the first law of the universe, on earth as it is in heaven. If you are a parent, you love all your children the same, whether they are babies, toddlers, or adults. You believe in them, even though they may be going through a difficult phase. A mother may shake her head in sorrow at the behavior of her young children, but she does not judge them. She knows they will grow up. The parents of a small child do not love him less because he is jealous of his baby sister. They understand and try to help him with his conflicting feelings. When he is older, they do not stop loving him because he struggles with his homework. They offer help. God does not stop loving you when you have turbulent emotions or find a piece of work difficult, nor does he judge you. Rather, you are encouraged and helped by his angels. The universe loves you and holds a vision of your future as an enlightened person, no matter what mistakes you are making on earth. Wise parents gently direct and encourage their children to develop their talents. At the same time, they give them freedom to learn from their own mistakes. The more sensible a child is, the more freedom of choice you allow him. We cannot always prevent our children from suffering the consequences of their actions. Strong-willed children follow their own desires into trouble. Have you ever watched a toddler determined to touch the hot stove despite being told a dozen times it will hurt? Often it is only the experience of hurt that allows them to learn. We too are given free choice. Like any sensible parent, the divine will step in and try to guide us if we are going wildly off track. However, under spiritual law, God will not force us to do his will. If we are hell-bent, he will stand back and allow us to learn the hard way. As in any family, young souls are carefully supervised by God, while evolved souls are given responsibility for themselves. The universe waits without judgment as we experience and learn. When we are ready, it opens new doors. Do you want those you love to be happy, fulfilled, prosperous, and healthy? If you really love them, of course you do. Equally, Source wants you, his beloved child, to be happy, fulfilled, prosperous, and healthy. I talked to someone who felt guilty because she was so happy in her job. Somehow she felt God must disapprove of her for being so joyous about her work. The reverse is true. When you are happy, heaven rejoices. God's will is for you to do what gives you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of worth. A wise parent offers guidance to his children and empowers them to make free choices. If they ignore the guidance, the loving parent supports them in whatever they decide to do. God, too, offers us guidance in dreams, meditation, or through the prompting of intuition. He gives us entirely free choice about whether we accept it or not and supports us unconditionally, whichever path we choose. He is not attached to us making a particular choice. While you have free will, your soul is longing for you to choose the path of greatest spiritual growth. However, most of us have to learn from experience that full-heartedly selfish choices lead to ill health, failure, and misery. We often find out the hard way that when we act from our lowest will, which is our own selfish desire, the inevitable result is that we feel bad. John was an old-fashioned Auditorian figure, tall, scowly, with crossed and jovial when he got his own way. His grandfather founded the family business. It passed to his father and then to him. He assumed that his son Ronald would take over. Ronald, however, wanted to be a musician and showed considerable talent. John, the father, was utterly intransient. He derided his son's musical ability and did everything in his power to manipulate and emotionally blackmail him to enter the family firm. John always claimed that he was acting in his son's best interests, for no one could earn a respectable living as a musician. He said he was only trying to save Ronald from grief and disappointment. John's controlling actions were fear-based. Not surprisingly, he felt permanently irritable and quarreled with his wife as well as his son. These factors exuberated his heart condition. Eventually, Ronald decided to break away from his family completely so that he could express himself through his music. His father felt isolated, ill, and insecure as a result of his own alienating actions. These were the very feelings he was trying to avoid by controlling his son. A wise parent encourages his child to express his talents and is not attached to the child following one pathway. Fear-based choices come from our lower will. Let thy will be done means help me to make choices for my higher self. Wise, courageous choices result in happiness, health, and abundance. Choices that promote love, harmony, and joy come from the higher or divine will and always empower us. We all like to be appreciated. When someone thanks us from the bottom of his or her heart for something we have done, we feel a sense of satisfaction and delight and often want to give more. And so it is above. The heavens smile on us when we appreciate and say thank you for what we have received. The powers of the universe then send us more. Many people tell me that they are screaming at their angels for help and simply cannot understand why assistance is not forthcoming. Take an example from Earth below. Your child is screaming at you to help him with his homework. 10 to 1, you feel exasperated and disinclined to satisfy him. No wonder the angels turn a deaf ear to selfish screams for help. When your child asks pleasantly and you have a sense that he or she is ready to value your help, you are undoubtedly delighted to give it. So too are the forces alike. When you are ready to receive something from the universe, ask calmly and pleasantly. They will be delighted to let you have it. Value it when you get it. It is a repellent to be with a negative person. If you try to help someone who prefers to wallow in misery, after a while you will probably walk away. If you care for him, you may keep an eye on him from a distance. It is the same in the heavens. The angels find it very difficult to access you through determined negativity. They can only stand by to help. If someone is kind to you or your animals, you warm to them. When you are kind to yourself or any of God's creatures, the universe warms to you. When someone is enthusiastic, you feel sparked and motivated to action. So it is with the energy of the universe. It will support your passion. If someone has faith in you, you live up to his faith. When we have faith in God, he responds to our faith. We respond to generosity. God does likewise. You cannot manipulate or bargain with a wise parent. You cannot manipulate or bargain with God. The same things touch God's heart as touch a human heart. Okay, that was As Above, So Below. Gone for now, not forever.